Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Therapy with Miss T, where I'm Miss T and I'm here to give you guys a message. Okay, so as always, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is blessed, safe, and well. This is Therapy with Miss T, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut, but I always let you guys know I am not a licensed therapist, okay? If you need help, feel free to reach out to someone to get the help that it is that you need. There's nothing wrong with speaking with someone, there's nothing wrong with getting help, and there's nothing wrong with getting therapy, okay? But if any of you would like to book a one-on-one intuitive therapy session with me, feel free to email me at therapywithmisstee@gmail.com, okay? So yeah guys, it's so crazy, right? As I always say, the Most High came through, and I kept getting a message. All right, so this is energy is fluid. This can be you or someone connected to you. Every day is not your day, every message is not your message, but if you've helped one, you've helped some. So I hope that this message helps someone. Okay, but yeah guys, I was picking up on something, and I kept hearing biting off more than you can chew. Let me say that again. Biting off more than you can chew. Thus saith the Lord. For some of you guys around this time, there is someone that has bitten off more than they can chew. They have taken on more than they can handle. They thought that they had enough, but they got too much, right? Like, it's more than what someone thought it was going to be. They have bitten off more than they can chew, thus saith the Lord. And for some people around this time, there's a lesson in that. There's a message in that. It's having to overstand and understand, and having to realize that sometimes what you have is just enough. And it's when you start to try to take more or take on more or take on a lot more than what you can actually take on or what you're supposed to be taking on. That's when you've bitten off more than you can chew. Because for some of you guys, some of you were not even supposed to be taking on some of the things that you have taken on. And when you are taking on other things, other people's problems, other issues, other, circumstances in life, and some of these things truly don't belong to you, you have bitten off more than you can chew, right? And for some of you guys around this time, there are some people that have taken on too much, and it's overwhelming them, okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. When you've taken more than you can actually handle, it's a lot, and it can become a lot, especially if you have a lot on your plate. So for some of you guys around this time, you have a lot on your plate. You have taken on a lot. You have brought a lot onto yourself, or you feel like there's a lot on you at this time. Whether you brought it on to you or not, or someone else brought it on to you, you have taken on more than you can chew. You have bitten more than you can process or, break down, or that your body will allow. You have taken on more. And for some of you guys around this time, you have to understand and understand that some of these things that you're taking on do not belong to you. And the longer you take on other people's problems, the longer you try to help other people and avoid that they have to go through their own problems as well, because that's how God is going to get through to them. You cannot always help people with their problems, because then their problems become your problems, and you already got enough problems of your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for some of you guys around this time, yes, they have bitten off more than they can chew, and this time you can't help them with their problems. You have to let the Most High help them through this. You have to let God help them through this problem. So yeah guys, that's the message, and that's how I was getting it, is that for some of you guys around this time, there are some people that are realizing that they took on too much, and they're starting to understand and understand that what they've taken on is a lot in itself, and it may be too much, it may be overwhelming, and they've bitten off more than they can chew. Whether this is this could be anything. This could be anything, but I really feel like some people are carrying the weight of others, and some people are dealing with other people's problems when they just need to stay focused on their own, right? Like, you have enough of your own problems. to be worried about someone else's as well. So I'm not saying to be heartless. I'm not saying to be concerned. I'm not saying to not care. What I'm saying is sometimes you can bite off more than you can chew because you're putting yourself out there too much for others. Who's putting themselves out there for you? Who's really looking out for you? Who's helping you out? You have to remember that. You got to question that. You got to understand and understand that sometimes you can take on too much trying to be concerned about the problems and the issues of others when the only person sometimes you need to work on is you. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you can still love people and pray for them, but you have to also understand and understand at some point their problems can become your problems. And if you don't want those problems, you got to stay away from those issues, right? Those problems, those circumstances, and those things. So, yeah, guys, that's the message. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. The Most High said they've bitten off more than they can chew. And they have a lot that they're going through at this time. And unfortunately, some of us and some of you guys just can no longer help these people with these problems, because at some point only God can help you through your problems. And yeah, and we all go through it. We all go through a Job moment. We go through circumstances in our life where things just fall apart, right? Out of nowhere. We went from having it all to not having much. Like, we know the period of lack and the seasons of fruitfulness, right? And gain and bountiful. But we also remember those days when things weren't as bountiful. So just remember that if you're taking on their problems can become your problems. And if you're in a bountiful era, you're in a fruitful era, why would you want, those problems draining you of your blessings? Because some of those problems that other people have can pull from your blessings. So that's the message, guys. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. They've bitten off more than they can chew. And a lot of people are learning that at this time. And yeah, all you can do is pray for them, because at the end of the day, we all have to learn through our lessons. And yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for you. So I just hope everybody is blessed, safe, and well. I hope you are staying prayed up. You are working on yourselves, working on your vessels. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I was being drawn to a leaf. I was seeing a leaf, a pretty little leaf. It was green. It was very bright. But then I was hearing butterflies. So there could be transformation, change, coming out of a cocoon, coming out of a phase where it hasn't been so bright. It hasn't been so plentiful. It's been more dark, if anything, right? Because you were in the cocooning phase. Well, you're coming out as this beautiful butterfly. There could be something about the fall, the leaves, the fall season. So maybe you're stepping into something around this fall. We're going into fall now, right? Like once October, November time hits, we're going into fall. So maybe there's something about fall season. Something's about to change, or you are changing, or something's about to take off, transform. And I feel like it's happening around the fall. So get ready, because you have a lot of things that are manifesting, metamorphosing, and getting ready to take place in your life. And it may be coming sooner than you think. It may be around the fall, this season. So maybe around October, November time, you are about to be experiencing a lot of change. And once you come from that cocoon, you come out as this beautiful butterfly, and you've metamorphosed, right? You've changed. So a lot of you guys are going into that era or that place where you are changing now. And for some of you guys, just know that yes, they bit off more than they could chew, and that is also a part of the lesson. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's the message. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. Until next time, and as always, namaste.